Welcome back. It's been a while since we last spoke, and I have a whole lot to tell you. It's June now, and we've been on pause for nearly 4 months here. One of the great things about the lockdown came the assurance that it was okay to stay inside and catch up on things. We have done so much, like set up a studio, made big plans, and finally given heat to fires that have been on the slow burn for too long. There's just so much I want to share, and I can't wait for you to hear it. Recently I've been shooting a lot of video, filling up memory cards by capturing life's little moments. There is something special about capturing moments. Things that seem insignificant take on new meaning when you have a second chance to digest them. I can't recommend enough to just start filming things. Yourself, loved ones, pets, or surroundings, it doesn't really matter. There is a nostalgic feeling watching back over times and events that are easily forgotten. Being on the back end of a lockdown, there is finally some hope that we are getting back to normal. Or I guess it's the new normal now. With the relaxing of some rules, we decided going on an adventure is something that we both needed. Finding inspiration can be done in many ways. Music, road trips, nature, and sometimes it's looking at ways people express their creativity, their freedom, and their messages. Dorian, did you see that?
It looks like I'm in the movie.
Looking for some inspiration was the goal, and this little island serves it up in large doses if you know where to look. The plan was simple: drive around the island, finding the locations of the container art that were all due to be removed within a short period of time. We started in Balik, Pulau, which is an incredible spot to be first thing in the morning. Lovers of that fresh cut grass smell and chirping of nature will be in paradise here. This tied in with tourists currently not being allowed onto the island meant if only for a moment, it was our little slice of heaven. Making our way into Georgetown, we absolutely demolished possibly the best avocado sandwich at a cafe called the Mugshot. This place is on Julia Street. The street really encapsulates the heritage part of Georgetown. You have niche fashion stores next to hipster cafes, next to someone's house, followed by someone fixing bikes. It's truly an eclectic mix of old and new and everything in between. We stopped on our way out of the city by Prangan Mall. This installation was by the Komtar part, which is the tallest building on the island, and serves as an easy identifier if you get lost in one of the many alleyways in Georgetown. Georgetown is the best at this time of year. The weather is cool by Malaysian standards, which makes it so much easier to explore without the constant threat of heat stroke being a realistic prospect in your adventuring. With the salty smell of the ocean and better weather ahead, we made the short trip to Kapil Singh Drive. You can feel the warm breeze here and the faint sound of seabirds off in the distance. It's an underrated area. There's not a lot to do, but sometimes that's all you need. Over the bridge there is a place called Butterworth. It's part of the mainland area of Penang state. It's an area that can easily be overlooked when compared to the tropical beauty of the island. The installation here is sitting close to the port and by a busy road. And just next to it, by complete luck, we stumbled on a completely empty art street. The mural scene at Sibarangparai might be the most underrated art scene in the state, quickly catching up to Georgetown's iconic street art. It's totally amazing, and we felt infinitely fortunate for being there at a time to soak it all in. The street art here has such a unique feel. The colours suit the city, and the art is truly special. Seeing this creativity in an area that on the surface has no redeeming features gives you hope that urban landscapes have a chance to be transformed with a little bit of creativity. I hope that we don't go back to the same old ways of doing things. More than ever, we need to come together, express our truths, share our darkness, and work towards something better than we have come accustomed to previously. These buildings symbolize that. You can keep doing what you have always done, which leads to stale decay, or uplift yourself with creative thought and change. Our final stop took us to just outside IKEA, which for many is an attraction in itself. However, in a park, the final installation stands there. It's worth mentioning the geese here were super aggressive, so be mindful of that. Taking things for granted gives you perspective when you lose something. It feels good being spontaneous again. It's hard to explain, but it kind of feels different now. I appreciate things more. It's kind of nice coming out of a little hardship to remind yourself that you're still alive. Being allowed out again brings back an adventurous feeling of youth that has been missing for far too long. Climbing things, testing limits, making magic out of the mundane is something that seems necessary now that we have got our freedom back. I guess the message of this video is don't waste any more time. In an instant, things can be infinitely weirder than you ever expected. Get out, go on adventures, and be grateful for being able to simply get outside. Until next time, my friends, thanks for listening. I really appreciate it.
Here are some things you can do when your phone's offline.
The phone's offline? It shouldn't be offline. Hey Google, navigate to Burger Society.
Alright, Burger Society. Let's go. Head northwest. In 3 kilometers. Take the exit on the right.